In this video, we're going to look at another grab bag of world coins. Now, this is a dealer that I've bought from several times over the years. I saw him at a coin show. This is the first time he's had bulk lots. This is someone that goes through and knows exactly what he has and prices accordingly. So I'm expecting to find things in here that are either very common or a little bit well-worn or damaged or corroded in such a way that he didn't think it was worth selling them in a flip. But I only paid $5 for a pound of coins. There are a lot of Canadian pennies on here that we're going to skip over. Anything that like Canadian penny or stuff that we see all the time. But I do see a British pound there on the front. I think it's interesting how he put the sticker on the inside of the bag so that you couldn't go there and rip it off. So we're going to dump this bag here on the table. And let's just start looking on what we've got in here. So spread it out a little bit. At some point, I'm going to go through here and actually pull out the Canadian pennies, but we're going to start with, if we're going to have a Canadian penny, at least let's have a good one. It's not that valuable, but it's a little bit rarer than what you normally find because this is only made for 1 year. For the Canadian Centennial, they replaced the normal maple leaf design with this bird, but only for 1967. And here is another one. This one is an older design before the maple leaf that they used for another many decades after this. This was the older design from 1933, and this one's going to feature George V. And so that one's in, I don't know if that one has been cleaned or not, but it has a little bit more luster, so it might be in better shape than I normally find that coin. Let me pause for a moment. We're going to clean this up a little bit. Well, ended up with this many Canadian cents on here. But I did want to point out that even with all those, we got several different designs here. This one's probably been cleaned, but it still looks pretty good, of George VI from 1952. And then newer than that, we have this design, the first portrait of Queen Elizabeth from, this one's dated 1964. We got something newer than that. We've got this more common portrait of Queen Elizabeth from 1965. We keep on going. We've got the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth from 1997, and then there was one even newer than that. We've got the fourth portrait of Queen Elizabeth from 2006. So it's good to get a lot of those. So at least there's a little bit of variety. For what it was worth, there was also a United States Lincoln set from 1964, a memorial cent, so probably doesn't have that much value, but there was also very corroded steel penny from 1943 on here. So let's go through, I guess what we have left on the screen was the decent stuff. We've got this Queen Elizabeth 3 pence from Britain from 1964. We've got a Philippines 1966, a 10 centavos coin. This is not silver, but it kind of has a silver look to it because it's copper nickel with a little bit of zinc mixed in. And so that gives it a what I feel like is a silver look to it. I saw the British pound coin through the bag, and so in foreign exchange value, that's over $1. And so if you had a way of cashing that in, some banks will do that, but you have to find one that actually takes coins. You'd get some of your money back just by trading that in, but that wasn't the only one. There was also a second one. Now, I see why he put these in here. These are very well worn. And so this one is what I believe is the Scottish 3 Lions. And so that's not going to have any numismatic value on it, just the foreign exchange value. But here is a British, it's just a common British 2 pence. From the previous older penny days, here's a full-size penny of Edward VII, so monarch that a little bit tougher to find, but we've got the seated design that we're used to seeing from 1907. So that's a better coin, I believe. Here is I can see why a lot of these coins are in too rough of a shape for him to price many of them individually, but this one's from 1892. It's a 10 Pfennig from Germany, one of the first circulating coins from Germany. From Turkey, here is a 10 Kuruş coin from 1960. That one even looks like that one's been cleaned. From South Africa, we've got a quarter of a penny from 1954, features a couple of birds. They would have called this a farthing, but this one's not labeled as a farthing. It's just labeled as a 1/4 of a penny, which is the 1/4 of a D written at the very bottom. South Africa at the time was ruled by the British and used a similar monetary system. There is that portrait of Queen Elizabeth II again, Regina for Queen. And then we've got George VI, King and Emperor of India. So 1944, a 1 Anna coin. There's another one that almost looks like it's clean, but I usually don't find this coin in decent condition almost ever at all. Here's another one that's a little bit on the rougher side just because of discoloring, but this is a 5 centimo coin from the Philippines, and I just bought this one for the first time just within the last month, I think. And so if I remember correctly, this lady was something like the old maid of the revolution or something like that. She was about 70 or 80 years old when she helped the Philippines revolution. That coin is dated 1979. Here is an old French coin that is almost always found in rough shape. This one's from 1874, but this one is going to be a 10 centimes. The denomination is worn off on this one again, and maybe a little bit bent on that coin. Here's a pretty common 1 franc from Belgium. And I thought I saw here let's see. Now there's another common. Maybe this is it. A 2 centimes coin, also from Belgium, but you can see why he didn't want to sell this one individually because of how worn it is. But this one was a design that lasted for several decades. Maybe there's a date of 1892, maybe, or maybe I have that upside down. Maybe it's an 86 right there. But that look of that coin goes back to at least the 1840s or so. This was what I thought was one of the better coins. In here, it's a 2 centésimos coin. This one's going to be from Uruguay and is dated 1948. So I like that one. Here is a coin from featuring the king was Olav V, and his coins he'd like to put animals on their coin for a few years. That one has kind of a B on the 10 ore coin, so smaller coin, so a smaller place to put the animals. Then we'll move on to a Soviet coin. This is a 2 kopek. The 2 denomination might not be as found as some of the others, but when you have the 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, and 20, again, this is a coin that almost looks like it's been cleaned, now that depending on how you hold it in the light. That one's dated 1961, which was the first year that they started the design that lasted until 1991. Let's pull up this French coin right here. This is kind of a larger coin. This is, I think, one of the better ones in here, unless we turn it over and find the other side's really gross or something. But this one is, it's a little gross. A 2 franc coin back when it was, the coins were made by the Chamber of Commerce during World War I. So dated 1921. From Mexico, we have a 50 centavos coin from 1975. Going with the fish. 5 cents from 1981. From Bermuda, go to Peru. We've got half of a sol. This is a 50 centimos coin from 1996. Then from Denmark, we've got a monogram of R the Ninth from 1949 on this 25 ore coin. Looks like I've got two of them. Another Belgium coin here. Then back to Denmark, we've got a 5 ore coin from 1969. Another of these 25 ore ones. From Argentina, we have a coin featuring Jose de San Martin. This is a 5 centavos coin. That might be one of the slightly rarer coins of the bag. Here we have a Netherlands coin from the 1980s with Queen Beatrix. A 5 centime. Here is a Japanese aluminum coin in rough shape. I think this one is a 1 sen. Got kind of the vertical slash for 1 on here, but this coin represents Mount Fuji. But it's all scratched up, kind of hard to see that one. Here is a 1 peso coin from Chile. And then Sierra Leone, 1964. I find the half a cent kind of easier to find than this one, and the half a cent features 2 fish on it. From Hong Kong, we've got a 10-cent coin from 1992. And then last coin in the bag is this 10 from it's going to be 1942, therefore it looks like a backwards 3, and that one's going to be from Egypt. So that might be one of the nicer coins in here, because that one in that condition looks not that great, but it actually is pretty good compared to where you normally find these coins. That might be the last coin in the bag, but our video does not end here. Unless you just like Canadian cents, it might be debatable whether or not that bag was worth $5. As it turns out, that dealer had about 5 or 6 bags. When I first got there, this was the only one. This is a different bag. This was the only one that was not just really loaded with a Canadian cent. So I actually bought this bag first, and then at the end of the show, when I had $5 left over, I went ahead and picked up the other bag that we've already looked at. So this one probably has better stuff in it. So I can still see that there are coins in here that would have a reason for being included at a discount. There are some common things here. There are some dirty coins like this Irish 1 penny with the rooster on it. That one is, well, if I rub it enough, maybe I can unintentionally clean that one. But we've got another British pound. That one's in nicer shape than the two from the first bag. 1987. So we've got our third British pound here. Here's a fairly common Japanese 5 yen. Another British of those pennies. From Italy, we've got the bimetallic. It's a 500 lira coin, but this is actually a fairly common coin to find from Italy that's bimetallic. But I like getting those up, finding those. Here is, let's see, a corroded Mexican coin. Here's our third Irish pence like that. Let me pause the video. We're going to take another moment, and I'm going to pull out the stuff that we see fairly often and get down to some better stuff. Now this bag certainly had better variety than the last one, and so I'm kind of more picking my favorites out of this one compared to the last one, but this one is a nice 20 lira coin. Now it's not worth as much as the 500, but this one's actually kind of a harder, not that hard, but you just don't see as many of the 20s as you would find the 50s, 100s, even that 500 from earlier. Another one that's not too rare from 1950, this is a 2 shilling. of George the Sixth. Not particularly rare, but thought that one was in decent condition. Here is one Sucre. Here's a coin that I almost always find in with nice eye appeal. This one is from Ecuador from 1986. And I saw another Ecuadorian coin in here. Let's see if I can find it real quick. It appears though that I can, oh, here it is. So a much smaller coin, but this one's older, from 1946, another Ecuadorian coin. This one is a 5 centavos. From France, here is a 2 francs from 1943. And someone tried to clean this one, but this is an Italian coin with Emmanuel II of Italy. Another well-worn coin, but this one dates back to 1866, it appears like, and I believe this one is a 10 centesimi. From the Philippines, we have this coin from Juan Luna, a 25 centimos from 1979, but for an older coin, the design of the person with an anvil sitting in front of a volcano, 1958, 5 centavos. And then we saw this coin from Germany earlier, but this one's in better shape. Maybe it's been cleaned, but this one's dated 1902. And then another original German coin. This is a 1 Pfennig from 1893. Actually, we don't find this one as much, but that one was dented a little bit. And then from the Weimar Republic days, this is a 5 Reichspfennig from 1925. Then I wanted to show another coin from Germany. This one is 1921, so we're getting to the World War I days where they made this coin out of zinc. Subtle differences from the last one, but a little bit different. Zinc coins turn black, and then when they corrode, they turn white. I organized several coins here which are from South Africa, so I made a nice little pile here. Here is the newer design of the 1 cent, again featuring a couple of birds like we saw on the farthing earlier in the bag. That one dates to 1991. But older versions of the coin, it was a larger coin, but still featuring 2 birds. That one dates back to 1984. Then the 2 cent coin features, I believe that is a wildebeest, but I'm just going from memory on this, so I'm not completely sure. That one's from 1983. Have a 5 cent coin featuring a crane, I believe. So some of the coins will feature the ruler of the day. There for a while in the 60s and 70s, every 4 years it would show a ruler, and then the rest of the time it would just have the crest on the back. Here's the flower design from the 10 cent coin. And there's the crest that I was talking about, 1989. Move up to the 20, and it's a different flower, as the coin keeps getting bigger here, and that one's from 1990. Here's the flower on the 50 cent coin. Nicer coin, but it does have some corrosion spots on it. That one dates back to 1989. And then here is the older version of the 1 rand coin. So a lot bigger coin then than you'll find it right now. Same animal though. So this one is a larger coin for sure. But this is the one from 1979, so it features a different ruler on the coin. Moving on to one from Luxembourg, or as they would call it, Letzburg. This one's from 1957. That one is a 1 franc with, I think the ruler at the time was Catherine. So we've got a C on there. Tiny coin from Iceland. This is a 10 Öre coin from 1953. Let's go to one from Haiti. Got a 10 centime. And this is a coin that I oftentimes find in very well-worn shape. This one's better than average for that coin, so I like that. Here's a Czech 1 Haleru coin. So back when it was Czechoslovakia, 1982. That's aluminum. A small aluminum Israeli probably 5 Agarat coin there. Then Sweden with King Gustav the Sixth, a 1 ore. So their coins at the time had it carved into the coin. We've got a coin with a starfish, brass. This one has a Franklin Mint logo on it above the 1972. I wonder if that makes it different than what I normally see for this. So this coin was made out of brass and then made out of copper. And then in newer years, the coin has a smaller starfish, but a couple other starfish kind of around the corner. So this one's from Bahamas. And so let me point out with this one for a moment that Bahamas was originally ruled by the British. And then there was when they were no longer controlled by the British, they went through a transition period where they still showed Queen Elizabeth on it, but they put the name Commonwealth of the Bahama Islands around it. So this version of the coin only appeared for a couple of years. And what's that year? 1972. So that one's an interesting find. We're going to finish off with this 1 franc coin from 1941. Another aluminum coin. All right, so was that, now I didn't show you every coin that was in the second bag, but that one was also worth $5, and I thought that was a better pickup between the two. So if I'm going to get one, might as well get a second one also and put them all in one big video here. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.